Normally the Texas heat and humidity mean the roof stays closed, but not today as the sun is out here at NRG Stadium in Houston. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. Flushed out right. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play one.
Here's 2nd and 10. And Stroud now to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Stroud working out of the gun. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Here's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, 34 yards. And the Texans put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. So they get the ball on the opening drive. They take it in for the score.
And how about setting the tone right away? Everyone talks about wanting to do that, but you always hear it in every locker room. First 5 minutes of the game, who's going to set the tone? Who's going to take control? Guess who just did?
Well, now on the next drive, when you score that quickly or you're scored that quickly against, probably feel like you need to respond.
Yeah, without a doubt. In other words, you've actually put the pressure even more so on your opponent.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Now 2nd and 9. Robinson with another carry. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Daniels looking to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Backed up where they were on this side of the field, that was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man wins? Where's getting into the offensive backfield and spilling the play?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble and then come in trouble. We always see a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big connection on that one. 59 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Now Daniels. Escaping the pressure right. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And McLaurin, the motion man right. Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action. Buying time to his left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Now Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he goes out right around the 39. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route,
well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
they certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. To throw is Daniels. Steps away to his left. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there? Nope.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. We've seen this already from him in this game. Second time he's into the end zone with a rushing touchdown.
So the head coach is going to have a meeting with the owner this week. You know why? He's got to let the owner know, I know you wrote the check for his arm, but we're going to make him a part of our running game too. This guy can do it all. Let's see where he takes us.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Texans have burned the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing now is Stroud. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dalton Schultz as the first half is winding down. And the Texans have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break. Daniels slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Stays on his feet, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Not the way you envision things to start off the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Noah Igbenogany that time up to make the play defensively.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 46 yards. And the Texans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A good decision in the end. The pull it and run gets him 9 yards and a first. To the air goes Daniels. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that will bring up second down. Throwing now is Daniels. Being chased out left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jaden Daniels from 17 yards out. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and you have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Off the play fake, Daniels slings this deep from McLaurin. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Houston. It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this fourth quarter. Now a 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. He's going deep for Brown. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to get the football back at their own 17. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Dante Fowler in on the stop. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 35 yards. And the Texans have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here. And they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 81 yards. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there.
And now the pressure gets there and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over. Now.
He's got a man complete, and that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Commanders have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. So Washington now with an important 2-point conversion attempt. Daniel's going to try and throw for it. Dancing to his left. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the fourth. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. This is 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
He gets this complete to Diggs. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Now Stroud. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Commanders will take over possession here up at the 44. Here's 1st and 10. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at 10.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Austin Eckler. 56 yards. And the Commanders strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Stroud. They'll get this complete to Collins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Huge first down, gotta hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st down. Stroud to throw it. finding Schultz. At 5 yards, not going to cut it here, and that clock continues to run. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so.
It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off in Detroit. Returnable from the 2. This return makes it up to the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Now begin with a run by Mixon. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Looking to throw, Stroud. That's complete to Diggs on the slant. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Stroud throwing here on first. That's a catch for Nico Collins. They get 37 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be second down.
You know, kid, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Brought in close to the 8. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal. They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Again, they give to Mixon. And he's in for the touchdown. The Texans finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set, first and 10. Running it with David Montgomery. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Second and 3 now. Off play action, Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. After using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Ball at the 33 for first down. From the gun, Goff. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with a pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up second and 1. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They have it on 2nd and short. Keeping it with Mixon. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Stroud now on 3rd. Pass taken in by Diggs. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. From the gun, Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. Stroud. Complete out to the right. And that's good for a gain of 5. That was a Fatu Melifonwu there to make the play. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. Diggs there to bring it in. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Now it's Stroud. He brings it in. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
He's got it! And a massive hit near the goal line to keep him out of the end zone.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Mixon. And he could not get there. They stopped him right at the line. No gain on the run, and how about this? It brings up 4th and goal from the 1. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. And they send a man in motion. They give to Montgomery to start the drive. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Second and 6 coming up here. Out of the shotgun, call. That's complete to the back, David Montgomery. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. rookie from Georgia, in on that tackle.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Goff now on third down. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions tie this game 7-7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Dameon Pierce now to return it. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Connection made to Dell. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first. Shotgun now for Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10 are on to Mixon. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, for pitchers, you hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
Finding Collins. He has room past the 25. Keeps it moving. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grab the lead on their first series of the half. Nico Collins with the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. And after that last-second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They give up the gut to Montgomery. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, the 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. Gets this to Montgomery. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Back to throw it. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on 4th down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
We reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions losing by 7. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll run again with Montgomery. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Now to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. A run here, it's Montgomery. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Here he is to throw. And he brings it in. Touchdown. And a big decision coming up for him now. And now the Lions lining up for a very important 2-point try. He'll look to throw it. Chased out to his right. And this is caught. Oh, he gets them 2 points, and with those, they've got the lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Pierce now on the return. And he's out of bounds up across the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. looks, it's intercepted. Kirby Joseph picks it.
The Lions take over first and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. Down to a knee, and we're going to see if that defense chooses to expend one of its final 2 timeouts.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's 1 for the win column for the Lions. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
Again, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a